A group of students were investigating how the distribution of daisies changes in relation to distance from a large tree. They wanted to know if less daisies grew closer to the tree where it was shadier. The students had a light meter, a tape measure, and a quadrat. Explain how they would use this equipment to collect data for their experiment. 6 marks. So, as always, 6 marks means that your quality of written communication is going to be assessed. Because this is a required practical that hopefully you will have done, you will also need to organise your thoughts in a logical, step-by-step process. The fact that it refers to specific equipment in the question also means that you need to mention each of those in your answer. Whenever I get a question like this, I would always tick off those things as you mention them in your answer. The key thing you need to think of here is this is a transect. This is a transect experiment. So to create the transect, you need to place the tape measure on the ground, coming from the tree outwards. So the tree base would be 0 meters, 0 centimeters, and you would go outwards from the tree. Then at given distances, so any sensible distance is okay, so maybe every meter, every 2 meters, every half a meter would be fine. You need to place a light meter on the ground right next to the tape measure to record the light intensity at that point. That will be in arbitrary units. Then, at the same point on the ground, next to the tape measure, you need to place a quadrat. That's one of those metal wire grids or just squares. And you need to place it onto the ground, and you need to either count or estimate the number of daisies inside that quadrat. If it was a small number, then you would count them all. If it was a large number, you would either estimate or you would count the number in just one square and multiply it by the total number of the squares. You could also work it out in a percentage or estimate as a percentage. So you could say there's a 50% coverage of daisies in this quadrat. The important thing then is that you need to repeat this many times. So you need to repeat the number of quadrats several times along the transect and the light intensity measures. And then you need to do this at several trees, but also at several angles coming out from the trees. And that's so that you can calculate a mean to ensure that your results are reproducible and that they are reliable.